Episode 28, part 3 of Kenya's premier sports video podcast, the Three Quarters podcast. Today being 11th June 2017. We are shooting from Ntinda in Kampala. And we want to start by thanking our hosts for giving us this opportunity to shoot episode 28, which of course will be dropping in the course of the week on our Facebook page and our YouTube channel. As always, we start with thanking the fans, the followers, the subscribers, and the viewers for taking your time each week to watch an episode of the Three Quarters podcast. And on behalf of the Three Quarters podcast, all we can say ni asanteni na shukran sana. With every passing week, of course, the road to Japan and the Rugby World Cup in Japan 2019 draws closer. As a matter of fact, the Kenya Simbas have already started their international games. On 10th June 2017, they took on the Uganda Cranes at the Legends Rugby Ground in Kampala. They'll be taking on the Uganda Cranes again in what's going to be a return of the Elgon Cup on the 24th of June 2017 at the RFUEA grounds. That's also going to be the beginning of the Gold Cup, Car Cup, which will see them play Tunisia and Senegal in Nairobi. They go to face Zimbabwe in Bulawayo and wrap up with a game against Namibia in Windhoek. Therefore, how do you support these boys? Jump onto the Road to Japan hashtag to support the Kenya Simbas, because the truth and the fact of the matter is that the Kenya Simbas are the superstars of rugby in Kenya. This is Ngashi, official noisemaker.
Jiringus Kejana.
And we get into part 3 where we talk about everything other than rugby. Just to show you guys that we actually do know other sports. So the first thing is that, though late, I think we just had to mention about it and we had to talk about it. Francesco Totti finally retired after 25, 26 years in the game, playing for one club, that's AS Roma. What are your thoughts about Totti, the brand of, because Totti is the last of a kind. What are your thoughts about Francesco Totti?
Very few are left of this caliber. I believe, and I think what comes to mind when you hear Totti would be loyalty. Loyalty to a club. As you said, 26 years. I think someone was not even born.
Someone behind the scenes was not
even born. When he started playing, and it was a fantastic striker.
Wow. And actually later on in life, of course, he dropped to the midfield role
when the wheels. Went, and he was, I think, the experience that he brought for Roma. Even in the recent times, after he dropped back to the midfield. I think. He was quite a sight to behold. And that is retired. As you said, is the last of his kind. We remember Gerrard.
Steven Gerrard. Giggs.
The likes of Giggs. Guys who stuck to one club, didn't move around because of money and all these things that we are seeing right now. So it was a good sight to the career.
What you love about Francesco Totti the most is that Francesco Totti had a chance to move to Real Madrid in the early 2000s. It was going to be a big money move. He was going to check into the first team, guaranteed. But Francesco Totti decided to stick at AS Roma because that was his club and loyalty. He didn't earn as much money as he would have earned if he went to Real Madrid. But the truth and the fact of the matter is that he did it the right way. He stayed at AS Roma. He brought them a couple of Scudettos when he was there. He earned, because his class was beyond. He was going to, regardless of whatever team he played for, he was going to earn a call-up into the Italy team. He played very well at the 2006 World Cup.
Excellent.
And they won the World Cup. So, yes, he's the last of a dying breed, unfortunately, Francesco Totti. And it's sad to see him leave, but 40 years, he has to, at some point, you have to leave the game.
Well, he's given us his time. We've enjoyed it. We enjoyed it while he lasted the game. So it's a wacha pumzike. Wacha pumzike.
Do you see him getting into management?
Definitely. Definitely. I think he'll stick with Italy. Italy sides.
And Roma to be specific.
He's already a legend. And I think that is just right behind him. Gigi Buffon.
That's true.
That's another legend as well.
Gianluigi Buffon moved to Juventus in the early 2000s. He was, of course, he moved from Parma. He's the most expensive goalkeeper to date. And as you're saying, there's something you have to admire about the Italians and the old school Italians. Like you stick to one club or you stick to Italy and you give your heart.
Gigi went down with Juve and they were relegated. Came back up with them and won with them. So it's the last of a dying breed, as we keep saying. That's football. From football, we move, of course, to the NBA. That's happening, the NBA Finals. Currently, as we speak, that's the 11th of June 2017. The Cleveland Cavaliers are leading 3-1. Are losing.
Are losing, I beg your pardon. They're losing 3-1 to the Golden State Warriors. Game 5 happens later on today. or early tomorrow. That's going to be the 12th of June 2017. Thoughts?
Last week, we mentioned that it may be a clean sweep. I think the Golden State may have released the foot of the brake, off the pedal.
Yes.
A little bit to allow a game by Cleveland, of which was kind of expected in a way.
Yeah.
But having watched the first 3 games, I started thinking that it's going to be a clean sweep.
Yes.
Yeah. But now they won the game 4.
Yeah.
They just might win game 5.
Yes. Who
Cleveland.
knows? Yeah.
And then pushes to game 6 perhaps.
Yeah. Let me tell you, I think Golden State have learned from what happened last year.
The 3-1
The 3-1. They blew a 3-1 lead. No one has ever actually blown a 3-0 lead.
Yeah.
It can happen, no doubt. I don't see it happening though, because I think Cleveland Golden State know what happened last year. So I don't think they're going to blow a 3-0 lead. I think they're actually going to kill it in the 5th game.
The 5th game?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's wait and see.
But let's wait and see. By the time we're shooting episode 29, of course, we'll have the results and we'll know who are the NBA champions for 2017, and we'll have, I think, a more complete discussion at that point, and on what went right and what went wrong for whatever team comes out on top or whatever team loses. Since we are NBA, it's only right that our bonus segment sticks to the NBA. And bonus topic, as we always tell, is a topic where we try to bring conversations that happen in bars, outside there, just debates about sports onto screen, and us guys give our opinions, and our opinions are not binding, and it ends there. So, of course, our bonus topic for today, since we're sticking basketball, is what's your take on super teams, which has been a recent trend in the NBA.
Well, I wouldn't as per se call them super teams. I'm so against this in a way.
Yeah.
Because I know we've talked about this.
Yeah.
The bars.
Yeah.
Especially the move. Okay, Kevin Durant's move to Golden State.
Yes.
Which was a team that had already been to the finals.
True.
Yes.
Had already won the finals.
And they haven't actually won a final.
Yeah.
Him joining them, bringing more firepower.
Yeah.
Yes, it made them a step. It brought them a step further than other teams.
Yeah.
But not that super, surely, I believe.
No, come on. Kevin Durant, former scoring champion, former MVP.
A couple of times, actually.
Yeah, a couple of times.
Yeah.
Former scoring champion, former MVP. Joining what was perhaps the best team in the league at that time. They had just beaten them in the NBA Western Conference Finals. And then you join that team to form now the firepower. You've seen what they've done in these finals.
Neither does it mean. Kevin Durant is looking for a ring.
Fine, and I have no problem. Everyone is looking for a ring. You don't join the NBA to drink Lucozade. You join the NBA to look for a ring.
Yes, but he's tried it with OKC, Oklahoma Thunder,
which I think
it didn't happen for
which
him.
I think if he stuck at Oklahoma City Thunder, he would actually have won.
With Russell.
Yes, he'd actually have won. And the problem, you see, it's not.
And Golden is still there.
Yes, he would have won. You see, the problem is the issue I have with super teams is what happens to the competitive nature of the league. It stops being competitive. We were talking yesterday about there might be a move of somebody. I'm not going to mention who. There might be a move of somebody moving from Cabras to Queens. So what happens then? The league stops being competitive when you have everyone there.
Come on.
Yeah.
Guys are leaving even Queens to join.
It's fine. My point is, when you can predict, unless things change, you can predict the next 3 finals, NBA finals. Who didn't know the final was going to be Cleveland Cavaliers and Golden State Warriors?
Yeah, if you're a betting man, you would have bet on Cleveland.
Who did not know it was going to be
Golden State? But then again, we saw what Spurs did up until Kawhi, when Kawhi got injured.
Fine.
They gave Golden State a run for the money.
Do you think they were still swept?
They were swept, yes. But you could still see that these guys can work on a few things here and there. They can match up with Golden State.
Can they really match up with Golden State?
I believe they can. They can only stay up there for a while, only a short while.
Point is, Ngusale,
guys need not to step up.
And let's be honest. I can almost bet a mortgage I don't have. You did not watch these games until the conference finals because you knew how the result was going to play out. True or false?
I've been watching.
You're not games. You're watching highlights.
I watched the postseason. I watched a couple of games.
Yes,
not all the games.
Yes,
because also the timings.
Yeah.
But most of the games I've watched in the finals.
Because you knew how it was going to pan out. Everyone was waiting for Cleveland versus Golden State.
Cleveland is a super team as well. Would you say so?
I'm not denying.
Spurs is a super team?
Spurs is not a super team. Because you see the difference. You see, now super teams are like where you have already made stars coming to join. and make, like, for example, Chris Bosh, LeBron James coming to Miami, they formed a super team, right? The only difference now, Lakers. That's what I want to tell guys. Now, when Shaq joined the Lakers, Kobe was not there. When Shaq was traded from Orlando Magic to LA Lakers, Kobe Bryant was not there. Kobe Bryant was drafted in '96. Kobe Bryant was the 13th pick. He was drafted by the Charlotte Hornets, and on draft day, he was traded to Los Angeles Lakers. They were still losing. 96, Seattle Supersonics made it to the finals from the Western Conference. 97, 98, the Utah Jazz. 99, it was the San Antonio Spurs. It was not until Phil Jackson went there, then this guy started becoming a team. And that's where the problem comes in. We forget these teams were built. San Antonio Spurs were built. They became stars, yes, but they were built. Golden State Warriors, had they not had Kevin Durant, would actually be one of those teams.
They were already built there, they already won a championship.
That's what I'm saying. Like, they were not a super team. They were built. Like, they had Steph Curry, they drafted Clay, they brought in Draymond, Iguodala came from, I can't remember where. Then Pole they became.
It's like when you're cooking, boiled meat, you can eat it then. But now you have to get the record.
Now you're bringing in the food. You go away. Let's just kill this, man. That has been episode 28, part 3 of Kenya's premier sports video podcast, the 3 Quarters podcast. As always, we ask you guys to like our Facebook page, to follow us on Instagram, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Episode 29, Kiko Jikoni, as Ngusale likes cooking, he always likes using things about cooking. Kiko Jikoni, and we'll be dropping next week. We want to thank you guys as always. 3 Quarters podcast, dropping content thick and fast. This is Nyashi, official noisemaker.
Jingus Kenyana.
And until episode 29, keep it live, keep it locked. Cheers, guys.
We are international.